right, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Those that are in line, we can appreciate you're there getting a drink, but Remy and I are going to get going on with this evening. So, good evening and welcome to Canada Night. Let's give it up. What a great celebration. Remy and I were just standing up here talking, and I guarantee this is more than we had last year. So, thank you all for attending. And more importantly, out of respect for everything that's going on tonight, I know you're standing in line for a drink and a bite to eat, but Remy and I have worked really hard on this act, so it's pretty important that you guys pay attention. All right, tonight is the night, presented by Cabot. Thank you to our friends at Cabot, where we're going to recognize the PGA of Canada National Awards. This is a big night, ladies and gentlemen. We're very proud to be here. Remy, our Secretary of the PGA of Canada, and I'm very proud to be your Vice President. And our President, Scott Kolb, will even, I think we're going to let him talk a little bit tonight too, Remy, just a little bit? Oh, a little bit. But this is the night when we celebrate our winners. Our good friends at ECCO Golf. Where's our friends with ECCO? Thank you very much. And everyone's getting a great pair of, they call them kicks because that's the thing to say now, but realistically they get a pair of shoes. And thanks to ECCO and Todd Davidson for your support of our awards. We really appreciate it, so thank you very much. We really can't think of a better way for us to put a bow on an amazing year. And by celebrating the PGA Canada professionals that went above and beyond. Our professionals are second to none. We want to celebrate what they've done, where they've been, and what they're doing for our industry and for the PGA of Canada. National Awards tonight, as well as celebrating 3 individuals we'll be inducting into the Hall of Fame. My notes does say right here in sunny Orlando, Florida. We did play golf yesterday, and I don't know about you, Remy, but it was not sunny. It was Orlando, and it was still Florida. So, anyways, thank you so much for being with us, ladies and gentlemen. I'm very proud to co-host with my good friend, Remy Bouchard from Hillsdale, our secretary. Remy, over to you.
Merci. Merci, Tiffany. C'est avec plaisir que je suis avec vous ce soir. And as you can tell, I'm here parce que je parle français. That's about it. I will mispronounce words in both languages, French and English, so there's no discrepancy. We're going to honor tonight a variety of different categories, from head pro, assistants, apprentices, Hall of Famers, teachers, and coaches. Nous honorons ce soir plusieurs membres de la PGA du Canada, professionnels en titre, professionnels adjoints, associés, des membres du Temple de la Renommée, et également des enseignants et des entraîneurs. So it's going to be a great night where we show the strength and talent of the members of the PGA of Canada.
Thanks, Remy. And to Remy's point, I will misrepresent everything not in French and potentially in English as well. So tonight we're proud to bring together members of the PGA of Canada from coast to coast. I was talking to one of the show managers from the PGA of America show here that were over 30,000 attendees. So they're so happy with what they're getting for an attendance. So let's give it up for them. We also want to let you know that we are not streaming this tonight. We are videoing this, and this should come up talking to our tech group at the PGA of Canada, probably within about an hour after the awards finish up. So if you want to share it with friends and family or whatnot, that'll be up on the PGA of Canada website. So thanks to all our team with Brendan and Matt for making that all happen. We respectfully acknowledge the Orange County Convention Center, where Canada Night is taking place, resides on lands, and I am going to get this right, and territories of the A's, Apache, Calissa, Tumushan, Tokobea tribes, as well as the Somali tribe of Florida and the Miccosukee tribe of Indians of Florida. As we gather today on these treaty lands, we have the responsibility to honor and respect the four directions: lands, water, plants, animals, and the ancestors that walked before us, and all the wonderful elements, creation that exists. So thank you for being here, and thank you for joining us tonight. Remy?
Thank you, Tiff. Canada Night is being presented by Cabot. I'd like to welcome a special person, a great innovator in our sport, to come up and say a few words. This man and his team at Cabot have done an amazing job by creating incredible golf courses in fabulous settings. The Cabot experience delivers once-in-a-lifetime trip for all their guests. En plus, Cabot au Cap-Breton est un partenaire privilégié de la PGA du Canada puisqu'il est l'hôte de la finale nationale du Scramble RBC. Cabot Cape Breton has been an incredible partner and host of the RBC PGA Scramble National Final. Please welcome le président et cofondateur de Cabot, the CEO and co-founder of Cabot, Mr. Ben Cowan-Dewar.
Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for being here. It was 20 years ago last month that I went to Inverness, Cape Breton, and saw the land at Cabot, and it was yesterday that we grand opened Cabot Citrus Farms, and that photo is a lot closer to 20 years ago than today. I'm reminded we're all a little older. But in that time and before I started Cabot, I was running a golf travel business that we obviously worked with PGA professionals in Canada and the US to send them and their members on golf trips all over the world, and that sort of got me traveling to see the world. And I made many friends and really realized that PGA professionals were the backbone of the game, and they are the backbone of Cabot since the beginning, and Joe Robinson coming across after 39 years at Highlands Links and still being with us today. But there are two people to recognize. Both are longtime friends. One, Dennis Firth, I've known and watched grow up in his career and take on various roles and even have a little bit of fun in Cape Breton. And the other, a really dear friend and a special person to me in golf is Ted Stonehouse. When I made those early trips 20 years ago, Ted was already a great CPGA professional and was at Bell Bay. And I think to go to, guys, if I could just in the back, I'll be 1 second and then I'll be done. But I think, when I went 20 years ago to Cape Breton, I would stay with Ted and Patty. And that tells you, both that I was desperate and didn't have money for a hotel room while I was trying to get this off the ground, driving an hour away from Inverness. But it also tells you how warm and wonderful Patty and Ted were to me to welcome me. And he would do anything to help us along in those early days at Cabot Cape Breton. So it's been one of the great pleasures of my life to see you honored for all of your hard work. Congratulations. Dennis, congratulations to you too, and thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Ben. And I can tell you personally from experience, the open arms that you get at any Cabot property is second to none. And we can't thank you enough for your support and welcoming us there. To Ben's note, first, Ben, thank you very much. And to Ben's note, ladies and gentlemen, please, as we go through tonight, this is an amazing evening for us. So I know you want to catch up. You haven't seen each other. We're going to have lots of time for that. But let's honor and really respect what's about to happen here. So thank you for your patience, time, and commitment to obviously the agenda and the process. So at this time, I am going to ask our CEO of Golf Canada, Mr. Lawrence Applebaum. Lawrence, you're in the house somewhere? Lawrence, please come up. What a great partner we have with the PGA of Canada and Golf Canada, and I know all of our travels and all our time together. Lawrence, thank you for your continued support of all you do for golf in Canada. At this time, Lawrence, I'm going to let you address our crowd. Thank you. Thank you.
Thanks, Tiff. En français pour mon ami Rami. Merci, bienvenue et bonsoir. Tiffany, thank you so much. Kevin, and to the entire team at PGA Canada and to your board. It's always an honor to speak really briefly. And I'll just give a shout out to, it's hard to follow Ben Cowan-Dewar. For those of you who have not had a chance to come and see what has been built at Cabot Citrus Farms, it's, I don't know if it's 20 minutes or 25 minutes from north of Tampa, a quick flight from either Montreal or Toronto in the dead of winter that we're experiencing, to have a Canadian company do what they're doing internationally. Citrus Farms, Cape Breton, St. Lucia, Revelstoke, Cabot Bordeaux, and Cabot Castle Stewart is something that we should all be very proud of. So I would just encourage all of you in the room, if you haven't had a chance to check it out, and I know you'll be welcomed very well. This does not happen. This grouping of professionals, of instructors, of the finest people in the golf industry does not happen in any sport. We are the most played sport in our country. More people play golf than anything, more than soccer, more than hockey, and yes, Kevin, more than racquetball. And you walk through the room, it's almost overwhelming. And I look around the room and I see people who are having the best year of their life in 2024. I can talk about our brand partners, I can talk about people in the golf industry, I can talk about your golf clubs. But we're at a moment, everybody, in 2025 to keep this going. And as your humble National Sports Federation and Association, we're doing everything we can to keep people playing golf, to keep them having fun. And in this last year, we had 11 million scores put into our Golf Canada Score Center. And sadly, this is sad for me, but good for you, the handicap went up by 0.4. So please, keep helping us get better, and especially myself. I just want to welcome everybody. Come to our championships. Come to our RBC Canadian Open, which will be at TPC Toronto and Caledon. Come to the CPKC Women's Open, which will be at the Mississauga Golf Club, or any one of our 35 national amateur championships. You are welcome, you are our guest, and we love the partnership that we have with the PGA of Canada. So on behalf of all Canadians, thank you for doing what you do, and thank you for being the professionals that you all are. Thank you so much.
Merci, Lawrence. Thank you. Our last speaker, not the least, is he told us he would keep it short. I'd like to invite the president of the PGA of Canada from the beautiful zone of British Columbia, Mr. Scott Kolb.
Bonsoir, bienvenue, le soir de la PGA of Canada. As you can see, my Francais is very poor, but I'll try. I represent all 4,000 members, and I will try. But, you know, wow, what a great festivities tonight. This is the biggest crowd in my time of coming down here. You know, the showroom felt packed. It just seems like the energy in golf is just amazing right now. So, and that has a lot to do with people in this room that are leaders. You know, I talk a lot with Don Ray, the president of the PGA of America. His line is always that, you know, PGA Tour plays for millions. We get millions to play. And, you know, we're the life of the sport. We're the ones that speak for the amateurs. And it's just great to see the collaboration. As he mentioned, Lawrence mentioned, the back and forth with Golf Canada is amazing. But it's also with our World PGA Alliance. We've got the NGCOA, Jeff Calderwood's here. You know, we really try to make sure we work as much as we can together. You'll see over the next few minutes why I have these two, the better halves of me. Tiffany's our vice president and Remy is our secretary. You're in good hands for the next 2 years and 4 years after that. So, but I want to thank you, Ben, and I saw you here. So Ben and Cabot, congratulations on the grand opening of the Citrus Farms, and thank you, Todd, for your help in supporting the events. This year is the 10th year anniversary of the RBC Scramble. It's the one event where we get to connect our best with amateurs. We have 12,000 participants every year, and I can tell you truly, it's not just the amateurs that love that once-in-a-lifetime trip to Cabot. I've seen the golf pros, and you can see they're giddy as well. It's like their Christmas as well when they get to Cabot for the first time and see and feel that experience. It's truly a once-in-a-lifetime experience. Without further ado, I'd like you to turn everybody's attention to the screens. We've got a great video that highlights this great event, and I hope all of you have a chance to participate in going forward in 2025.
12,000 amateur golfers who participated in one of 180 local qualifiers across Canada dreamed of this moment, being amongst the 100 players to arrive at Cabot, Cape Breton for the RBC PGA Scramble National Final. 3 rounds at Canada's top-ranked facility wasn't all they had to look forward to. Upon arrival, the competition began under the lights, as each team nominated a player to hit one of the most nerve-wracking wedge shots of their life, seeking glory for their team. The next morning, players were greeted by Canadian icon Bob Weeks, announcing each player on the first tee of Cabot Links. That night, everyone gathered on the 18th green for the 2nd annual Adidas putting contest, where players looked to earn a brand new Adidas fit for their entire squad. And the competition was just getting started, and round 2 was one for the ages as players shuttled over to Cabot Cliffs. The pressure amplified on the final day, each stroke and just a little bit more, as the trip of a lifetime came to a precipice back on the links. After all was said and done, Bob Weeks was back to announce the champions. What better way to drink a Michelob Ultra than out of the championship trophy? With new friendships created, the barn hosted the closing RBC kitchen party, where players reminisced on a trip that they will never forget. We hope to see you next year as we celebrate the 10th anniversary of the RBC PGA Scramble, where anyone can play and anyone could win.
Well, hopefully that pumps you up to want to host a local event this year. I'm sure Wayne McPhee will be happy to take your phone call. It's an excellent event, and as you can see, the excitement, what we couldn't capture was there was a hole-in-one, and I was over by the sort of the driving range when it happened, and it was on 14, which is probably one of the furthest places away, and you could hear the screams and enjoyment of that group. It's just one of those events that you can just see people from all over the country get together and have a fantastic few days. Thank you very much for all the great partners with Cabot, obviously, but RBC is a great contributing sponsor. Adidas, Michelob Ultra, Golf Canada, and our newest partner that will be announced in coming weeks. I think Chris Walling is here from Vigor Eyewear. And again, anytime I get in a room like this, it energizes me so much to be around people that are as passionate or more passionate into golf, and not only just on the floor of the show, but in this room and seeing everybody and seeing some great faces. I'd like to recognize that we have some past presidents, we have some national zone current and past board directors and zone executive directors. Thank you for your dedication to the leadership role. I doubt there are many in golf or any sport that have more passionate members than we do at the PGA of Canada. One thing I also didn't know was when I joined the PGA, the national board, was our involvement with the World PGA Alliance. That's something that we're continuing to expand. I know that we had the CEO, the brand new CEO of the PGA of America here, as well as some board members, and we had some of the other international PGAs stop in. The GB&I event is next door. It's very quiet. There's nothing going on in there. We have great collaboration with all of them. So thank you to any of the national sponsors that are in the room. I met a few of you as you walked in, and we really appreciate. We know you can use your marketing dollars with a variety of different options. We appreciate that you give back to the game of golf through our PGA of Canada and our zones. Tonight is kind of a beautiful night in the sense that we give away these 12 awards. We honor some great individuals when it comes to their dedication to the sport, and they're named after people that have been in our steps before us. A good example is Warren Crosby, somebody I've met just over the last few years, and what a great leader to our industry. And also, and his still involvement to this day with the Benevolent Fund, which is one of those things that I think is such a great thing that we can give out to people when they're in their time of need. Other awards such as the Murray Tucker and Dick Munn, I actually knew Dick Munn personally. They're fantastic mentors and coaches, so it's so nice to have those ties to our members as we went through. Thank you again for attending tonight. I appreciate it. I know it's probably been a long day for all of you, either being on the floor, some of you working on the floor, some of you just walking and observing, but thank you very much for giving us your attention, and I hope you have a great evening, and hope these two do a great job. I know the Frick and Frack show are pretty funny to watch in person, so have a great night, everyone.
Thank you, Scott. Merci, Scott. You're talking about our golf game, or I watched your golf game yesterday. Okay, so let's start. We thanked all of our sponsors, so make sure you sign your deals with Kevin at the end of the night. He's got all the paperwork for you. Our first award, along with the award winners we'll be recognizing tonight, we are inducting 3 members into the PGA of Canada Hall of Fame. En plus de récipiendaires dans les différentes catégories, nous introniserons ce soir 3 membres au Temple de la renommée de la PGA du Canada. All the recipients, when we call your name, obviously, you come up on stage. On my left, your right, Tiff will give you your award, and you'll be able to say a few words. And when I call your name, you can come up, and I'll do a little resume. So let's begin. Our first Hall of Fame inductee of the evening is Mr. Henry Brunton from Henry Brunton Golf Academy. I've known Henry a long time, when we both had more hair. Henry has won a career Grand Slam PGA of Canada National Awards, Junior Leader of the Year in 2011, Professional Development Award 2012, Teacher of the Year 2016, and Coach of the Year in 2018. For more than a decade, beginning in 1999, Henry was Golf Canada's national men's coach, laying the foundation for the future success and supporting several players who became PGA Tour stars. En 1999, Henry, avec sa conjointe Rhonda Lafleur, a fondé l'Académie de golf Henry Brunton, et en 2015, il a ajouté des sites en Californie et en Floride. Since 1999, he has operated the Henry Brunton Golf Academy with his wife Rhonda Fleury, and in 2015 added locations in both California and Florida. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Henry Brunton.
Good evening, everyone. I couldn't be more thrilled and more honored. This is a phenomenal day for me, and I want to thank the committee and everyone, all the nominators for supporting my nomination. Remy, thanks for introducing me. Remy and I go back a long way. We never used to need glasses either. My PGA journey started in 1985 at the Kingsway Park Golf Club in Gatineau, Quebec. It was the first time the PGA of Canada had a playability test. It was a pilot, and so I was lucky enough to get through that first piece. And then a couple of weeks later, I had to go to the Royal Ottawa Golf Club to be interviewed by our executive director in the zone, Don Noseworthy. Barry Laffin was our zone captain, and Tom Mann was the president. In those days, you were interviewed to see if you were suitable to move forward. The good news is I was. I was so honored to be accepted. And now here, 40 years later, This is almost surreal to be here, but I'm absolutely thrilled. When I got the call from Scott for this great news, it kind of knocked me down. A lot of reflection. 40 years, there have been so many people that have helped me, and I can't thank people enough for all of their help for so many years. And I can't thank everyone enough, and I can't thank everyone tonight, but please know anyone that has been with me, around me, supporting me, I just can't thank you enough for being there for me. And of course, we look at our family. My mother, Catherine, she's no longer with us, but she's beaming down from heaven tonight, and I'm sure there's a party going on there tonight. And my father, Douglas, is in Ottawa. He's not able to travel. I've got 3 sisters, Nancy, Margaret, and Monica. Couldn't have more support at home, a wonderful family. I'm from Kemptville, Ontario, small town outside of Ottawa. I've got a great family myself. I've got a wonderful wife, Rhonda Fleury, who, as Remy mentioned, is a PGA professional, and our son, Cole. He's now a graduate at the University of Guelph, doing just great. So I'm very fortunate. I got a great family, and I really love being a PGA member. I've got wonderful friends. A lot of them are here tonight. And a wise man once told me, show me your friends, and I'll show you your future. So I guess in the future, I see some fun and some drinks, if I'm reading the room properly. Thanks very much for coming. I want to thank the PGA professionals in my life that shaped me. You know, your first PGA professional that's the ignition. That was David Inch. He was at our little tiny golf course that Mark Seymour, my friend here, we started playing golf at that little tiny golf course. He ignited us. Without David, there's no chance I'd be standing here. I don't know how he put up with us, but he taught us the game. And then I was lucky to move on to Rideau View Golf Club, where Paul Sherritt, a past president, a fellow Hall of Famer, I worked for Paul for 10 years at Rideau View Golf Club. Just an incredible opportunity. I moved on to Royal Montreal to work for Bruce Murray and Bob Hogarth, both phenomenal professionals. And then later on, Jack McClellan was the PGA director, manager at Glen Abbey. So I've had wonderful professionals that I've worked for, and I can't thank them enough for all of their tremendous energy, passion, and being role models. I've had great partners throughout my career in development. Eagles Nest, I see Ryan Robinson is here as a PGA Director of Golf. I'm not sure if Dwayne Obie is here or if our owner is here tonight. We've been at Eagles Nest near Toronto for 20 years this year, so it's a wonderful place. We're so fortunate. So Ryan, thanks to you, and I know the team is here. Thanks for being here tonight. The Royal St. Cloud Golf Links facility here near Orlando, Bill Filson is the PGA owner, general manager, and Doug Holloway is our PGA Director of Golf. These people are unbelievable to give us the opportunity to do what we do here in Orlando with our academy and our programming. My colleague, Dean Hartman, PGA professionals here tonight. We just couldn't get better people. They really get it. If you're looking for a great place to play golf around Orlando, come to Royal St. Cloud Golf Links. They do a wonderful job, so thanks, Bill and Doug. You guys are fantastic. I have a relationship with Titleist and FootJoy that dates back to 1978. For the people old enough in the room, there was a rep by the name of Phil Dalton who came to see us at our little golf course in Kemptville. And now, of course, I think Ted Manning is here, and Mike Rowan, Matthew Suter, and the team from Titleist Canada and FootJoy. You guys have been with me all the way. I can't thank you enough. And they're more than just a little bit partners. The opening up opportunities to be with experts, learning from the inside, it's been incredibly important to me, and I can't thank them enough. I want to acknowledge some very special people. I realize there's a very short time here. Doug Roxborough. Doug Roxborough and I, what a great team we were. He's a wonderful human being, a Hall of Fame player. He and I were the right guys at the right time, I think, to do what we did, laying the foundation. Doug's a great person. I can't thank him enough for his mentorship and partnership. We worked together for 13 years at Golf Canada and the Royal Canadian Golf Association. Doug was just a fantastic person, so thank you very much, Doug. Dr. Rick Jensen, again, a phenomenal person, Dr. Rick started an organization called Certified Golf Coaches, and he brought me on early as a co-founder. We did a lot of education and training to over 500 professionals, mainly in America, and Dr. Rick has taught me so much. He's the ultimate partner, and he's just, like Doug Roxborough, a phenomenal human being. And Paul Sherritt, I mentioned Paul a moment ago, but Paul goes above and beyond what a regular mentor would be. I worked for Paul for 10 years, the last 5 of which as an apprentice PGA professional. He allowed me to go to the University of Ottawa concurrently, still supports me to this day. So Paul, again, I can't thank you enough, far beyond a normal employer-employee relationship. And I mean, what are the odds that a young kid from Kemptville, Ontario, 2,300 people, gets a chance to go to a neighboring golf club, meaning half an hour away, and that person he gets to work for becomes one of the world's great PGA professionals, and Paul Sherritt. So I was very lucky to work for one of the best, and thanks again, Paul. Can't thank you enough. And you know, people don't stand on the stage without a lot of people helping them. And Rhonda, you've been with me the whole time, and she's fantastic. She's one of those great pros that goes under the radar, and there's a lot of you in this room that go under the radar. We've worked together for over 20 years. She is the voice of reason, usually. She's a great innovator. She's incredibly clever. She's a wonderful player. And Rhonda, you know, this award is for us. It's for us to share. Can't thank you enough for all that you've done and all that we do together, and excited about the future. So, you know, after 40 years, this is hopefully not the end for me. I think it's the catalyst, hopefully lots more coming. I can't wait. I've got some really good ideas. We've got some great athletes here this winter training, and I'm looking to really advance out into adult golf schools and do some really cool things. So this is hopefully just the next step on springing forward in the future. I want to thank all the committee, the sponsors, Ben Coward, and everyone here for this evening. It is really an honor and a pleasure to be here. It'll be a night that I never forget. And I noticed that people were talking about Golf Canada and the PGA of Canada, and if I could just leave with this, that was the one thing that I'm maybe most proud of, is that when I had a job, it was a bizarre circumstance where the PGA of Canada wanted me to help change the education program. So I was hired to be a consultant, and I created the teaching and coaching certification program. And concurrent to that, the RCGA, now Golf Canada, was thinking about player development, but they didn't know if that could work, if there was a lot of politics, to say the least. So I worked for both organizations at the same time, and at the time, they didn't really know that I was in the room sometimes, and I would hear them talking about each other like the Hatfields and the McCoys. And finally I said, we need to get all in a room. And that wasn't easy. And there are some people in this room that got into a room, and boy, they made golf better in Canada. And isn't golf so much better now? So let's keep this momentum going in Canada, not just for our great players, but for all of our players. And again, I couldn't be more thrilled and honored to be inducted with Mr. Kerr and Mr. Ross. I am so thrilled to be a Hall of Fame member of the PGA of Canada. Thank you very much.
Congratulations, Henry. I think that, Henry, you've been a mentor and continue to be a mentor to so many of us in this room, and thank you for everything you've done. Wonderful speech, and thank you. At this time, I would like to give out our first award of the evening. Now, Mr. Kolb, our president, we would like new name tags. I just want to know which one's Frick and which one's Frack. Okay, Scott, so if you guys could get that done. We've got a meeting tomorrow, Remy, maybe we can sort that out. We had a couple of different ideas that we could have made this all happen tonight, all of which got turned down at our meetings today, but Scott's given us the opportunity to open that up. So here's our first award, and again, thank you to ECCO Golf Shoes for supporting the awards and gifting each winner a pair of shoes of their choice. So again, when we call your name, we'd like you to come up to the stage, as Remy has pointed out, come up on this side here, and we'll give you your award, and you can go to town. So at this time, I'm pleased to announce the winner of the Mo Norman Apprentice Professional of the Year. This recipient is from the Whistlebear Golf Club in the Ontario Zone, and this time we'd like to welcome up Mr. Ethan Hunt for the Mo Norman Apprentice Professional of the Year. Given the opportunity to lead Whistlebear's extensive junior camp program, Ethan proved that he's an exceptional leader and wise beyond his years. Others at the club vouched for Hunt's leadership and drive, commending his professionalism, the organization's love of the camps, and how every single young golfer left their season loving the game more than when they began. Something to be said for every golf club, so congratulations, Ethan. His commitment to lifelong learning, his passion for the game, and his work ethic and kindness to make him a fitting recipient for nothing more than the Mo Norman Apprentice Professional of the Year. Congratulations, Ethan, on behalf of the PGA of Canada.
Thank you to the PGA Canada Awards Committee for this incredible honor. I want to especially thank Adam Tobin, Chris Dickinson, and everyone at Whistlebear for providing me with the resources, guidance, and support that allow me to be the best professional I can be. To everyone who has taken time out of their lives to listen, challenge, and guide me, thank you. A special thank you to my incredible partner, Tegan, for her unwavering support. I couldn't have done any of this without her. And lastly, on behalf of all apprentice professionals, I want to thank everyone in the industry who helps us learn, fail, succeed, and repeat. Your guidance means the world to us. Thank you.
Perfect. We made up some time. Yeah, I forgot. It's tough to resume to go through a whole career in a minute and a half. So Henry went a little over, but that's okay. So we have a clock here. Actually, it was going. Henry was there. The red was light, but the light was red, but it's okay. But it's your speech. So the two other inductees are not here tonight. So we're gonna catch some time there. Second award, Ben Kern Coach of the Year Award. I'd like to present the Ben Kern Coach of the Year Award, le gagnant, the recipient, from the Louis Melançon Golf Academy in the Atlantic Zone, Mr. Jean-François Richard. Jean-François has taught and coached extensively both juniors and adults during the past 7 years, which has led to multiple provincial, collegiate and amateur titles by his players. Sa contribution exceptionnelle au développement des programmes juniors ainsi que son dévouement comme entraîneur font de Jean-François un leader unique en son genre. Golf New Brunswick also named Jean-François as its U19 boys coach in 2022. Congratulations, félicitations, Jean-François.
Merci beaucoup. Thank you very much. Premièrement, je désire féliciter tous les finalistes et gagnants dans les diverses catégories ce soir, ainsi que les nouveaux membres du Temple de la Renommée. Félicitations pour tous vos accomplissements. I stand before you this evening with a message of gratitude. The gratitude that I feel for the opportunity that I have been given in life to work in assisting others in their athletic and personal pursuits and dreams. Essentially, we are all here to work collaboratively and assist each other in creating the best possible human experience for one another. In that sense, what a privilege it is to be offered to work in a sport which unites people and brings out the best in all of us. In reality, we are some of the luckiest people on earth to be involved in the best sport in the world and offer services to people who truly appreciate our work. I want to first of all thank all my athletes, not only for their trust in me, but also for challenging me every day, just like I challenged them. To the Louis Melançon Golf Academy for providing me a great work environment over the past 8 years, and to Ping Canada and Ping Atlantic Rep, Kevin Doucette, for their ongoing support. To Golf New Brunswick, and in particular Executive Director Brianna McQuillan and Coach Kerry Vaughan for their dedication and inspiration in our collective endeavor of improving the junior golf experience in New Brunswick. To my wife, Brigitte, who could not be here, whose unconditional love and unwavering support of my coaching activities permit me to be who I am and do what I love. Je te remercie beaucoup, Brigitte. To the PGA of Canada for the opportunity to work with teachers and coaches from across the country. Un merci particulier aux collègues de la PGA du Québec pour leur accueil des plus chaleureux lors de mes nombreux séjours de formation dans la belle province. Merci beaucoup. Finally, a big thank you to the PGA of Canada national staff and zone offices. Big shout out to Kevin Purcell and all my colleagues from the Atlantic Zone. Your collective efforts truly make the PGA of Canada a remarkable world-class organization in which we can all be very proud to be a part of. Je vous remercie infiniment et je vous souhaite une excellente fin de soirée. Merci.
Hit the ball, drag Remy. Hit the ball, drag Remy. All right. Congratulations once again. Our next award is the Tex Noble Award for Professional Development. What an amazing award, and if you look at the list that we've presented this to over the past, professional development continues to we strive as an association to lead, to learn, and to work with each other. And that lends us even into many, as I look around the room tonight, and Remy and I were talking about it, what we're watching, how our association is growing, and how we are learning from each other, our mentorship and whatnot. And I look around this room, and I could probably tell you 30 mentors that I look out here right now and see. So at this time, we're pleased to announce our third award recipient of the evening, and this is the winner of the Tex Noble. And Sean is from the St. Charles Country Club in the Manitoba zone. Sean Murray has been a PGA board member in both Manitoba and Alberta, which of course we know, and a committee member with the PGA of Quebec. Whenever there's a chance to volunteer within the zone he resides, takes the opportunity to do so. Sean continues to seek education by attending seminars, conferences, and has traveled across Canada and the US, shadowing over 15 of the top instructors in the world. We didn't get together. That's fine. Sean continues to push himself with multiple different job titles. He's a director of instruction and junior coordinator at St. Charles, fantastic golf course. The junior boys head coach with Golf Manitoba, technical advisor for the 2024 Manitoba Summer Games, golf, and works with underprivileged Indigenous youth twice a week outside of his role as a golf professional. So congratulations for your community involvement. Congratulations, Sean, and congratulations on the Tex Noble Award.
All right, thank you. For those that know me, I'm a terrible public speaker, so please bear with me. But yeah, thank you. Obviously a great honor to win this award. Congrats to all the other award finalists and winners across the country. Thank you to the PGA of Canada and the awards committee. Thank you to all my former head professionals and clubs who have pushed me to be better throughout the years. And thank you to my mentors and peers who are always there for me, even when I occasionally blow up their phones with questions and phone calls. Lastly, thank you to my parents. They never understood this career path. They're not golfers, but always supported my decisions to move across the country and always showed up for me whenever I needed them. I love being a golf coach. One thing I try to instill in my students and team more than anything is honest self-reflection and accountability. I believe that if I teach them this, they're able to look in the mirror after each day, month, and year and can point out their weaknesses. From there, they can build a plan and then hold themselves accountable to that plan. It's not only going to make them better athletes, but better humans as well. So since I asked my students to do that, I try to do the same for myself. Reflect, build a plan, and then hold myself accountable to that plan. That's led me down this path to be a continuous learner and information seeker. Some may call me annoying, but I'm just curious. So thank you. I'm beyond proud to be a PGA of Canada member. I can't say that enough, and I'm beyond grateful to receive this award tonight. Thanks, everyone.
Congratulations, Sean. The next award will be the Stan Leonard Class A Assistant Professional of the Year. This year, thanks to our friends at Golf Away Tours, the recipient is going to be invited on their next pro trip to England. So a big thank you to TJ Rule and the Golf Away Tours staff for this nice trip. And the winner from the Oakfield Golf and Country Club in the Atlantic Zone, Anne Balser. Upon arrival at Oakfield Golf and Country Club, Anne's impact could be felt immediately. Members quickly noticed her professionalism and work ethic. Her enthusiasm and positive energy were infectious at the club. Anne played a key role in facilitating over 10 corporate events and 20 member events in 2024, contributing to the vibrant club atmosphere. This past season, she successfully introduced and facilitated the National Golf League as part of the men's and women's league play, and also helped raise over $2,000 in support of First Tee Atlantic, promoting junior golf development in the region. She also oversaw the facilitation of all division events and women's programs at the club, which attracted over 500 registrations, an all-time high. In addition to her work at the club, Anne sits on the PGA of Canada Atlantic Tournament Committee, where she seeks to create a fair and competitive playing atmosphere for competitors throughout the zone. Congratulations, Anne.
Okay, thank you, Remy. First off, I would like to congratulate all the Hall of Fame inductees, finalists, and award winners tonight. All of your accomplishments are amazing, and I have a little bit of Stockholm or imposter syndrome standing here tonight with you all. I am truly honored and humbled to receive this award, so thank you to the PGA of Canada. I would like to thank my team at Oakfield, Eric, Blair, Sean, and Rachel. I feel so lucky to be part of such a fantastic team, so thank you, and I look forward to so many more seasons with you all. Troy and Cobra Puma, thank you for all the support, and I appreciate everything that you do for me. To my family, my mom for teaching me the game of the golf, and for showing me that it's okay to beat the boys every once in a while. My dad, even though golf was not your favorite sport, he always showed up in the important moments, and that meant the world to me. I'll tell a little blurb about who he was. He showed up to a golf tournament in steel-toe boots, wood chip stained pants, and a Jimmy Buffett t-shirt, and told me to go win a pie plate. I did win that pie plate. To my sisters, Erin and Jill, for being the best role models growing up and putting up with me over the years. And thank you to my partner, Simon, for being my golfing partner and my best friend. He's part of the reason why I got back into competitive golf, so I can't thank him enough for that. Finally, I'd like to give a shout out to my fellow Atlantic Zone winners tonight, Ted and Jean-François. Congratulations. Our association and our zone are so fortunate to have you as part of our region, so congratulations, and thank you again, everyone.
All right, once again, congratulations, Anne. Well done. At this time, we're going to do the second Hall of Fame inductee. PGA Canada is very pleased to induct Mr. David Ross into the Hall of Fame. My good friend and his good friend, Remy Bouchard, is here to accept the award on his behalf, but I'm just going to give you a little insight into Mr. Ross won a half dozen professional events in Quebec, including the Quebec Assistance Championship in '69, the Quebec Open Pro-Am in '83, and the inaugural Quebec Club Professional Championship in 1983. He served as captain and president of the PGA of Quebec, president of the PGA of Canada. He also assisted on numerous committees locally and provincially and all national levels, including the Quebec Hall of Fame Committee 2016 to 2021. Mr. Ross just completed 50 years as a Class A member of the PGA of Canada and is a life member. At this time, my good friend Remy, if you'd like to accept Mr. Ross's induction into the Hall of Fame. Remy?
Thank you. Please clap for Dave because it's being recorded. Thank you. Dave sent me a note that I will read to you, but on a personal note, if it wasn't for Dave and obviously my parents, I wouldn't be standing here tonight. We talk a lot about mentorship in our association. If you were at the Titleist presentation this morning, Jim Nance spoke about that. And Dave was my first employer. I worked in the back shop at 12 years old when I was just a little brat. And Dave and his brother Gordy, those who know him, is also a professional golfer. And Dave couldn't be here tonight because of health issues, but he always promoted junior golf. He made us feel welcome at the club. And what's not mentioned here is that the ladies in the room here, Dave was a big supporter of ladies professional golf and specifically Canadian PGA women members. He hosted a pro-am, a ladies pro-am with pros from all over Canada and the US at l'Estérel Golf Club for a good 20 years. And he was a great mentor to a lot of us. And he made it a point, him and his brother, and Dave obviously, his first language is English, he always made it a point to talk to us in French. Even though his French wasn't perfect, he always talked to the members, the French-speaking members. He would respond in French, and so would Gordy. And it was always appreciated. And one time, as I said, I was being a little brat in the back shop, and Dave raised his voice and started to speak to me in French, and I understood everything he said. And a few words, he learned the swear words pretty fast too, so what a great man, what a great honor for him. And I'll read you his text that he sent me. On December 24th, 2024, I received a very enjoyable phone call from the PGA of Canada President Scott Kolb, relaying Christmas greetings and also that I had been elected to the PGA of Canada Hall of Fame. What a wonderful Christmas present. Thanks to the guidance and diligent work of André Maltais, Debbie Savoie-Morel, along with such outstanding letters of recommendation from Rémi Bouchard, Anne Chouinard, Graham Coulter, Claudia Beauchesne, Marie-Lie Kobic, Jean-Louis Lamarre, plus the nominator's letter from Jean Morin and seconder Bob Ledoux. These confrères, my friends, collectively include former PGA of Canada President, PGA of Quebec President, PGA of Canada Champions, PGA of Quebec Ladies Champions, and the list goes on. The wishes of former assistants and the Atlantic Zone presidents, Adam Chamberlain and Alex Egan. The 50-year, I'll say in French, l'influence de 50 ans de mes amis journalistes au Québec, Mario Brisebois et André Rousseau, qui sont encore des amis, along with my brother Gord and Doran Duke Doucette, this outstanding, spectacular group of successful individuals, all in support of my election to the PGA of Canada Hall of Fame. Just an exceptional team effort. I sincerely thank the Hall of Fame committee, and I'm very pleased and proud to be part of this prestigious group. Monique and I thank each and every one of you, especially my former Candiac Junior champion, Rémi Bouchard, for accepting this on my behalf. Congratulations to all the winners tonight on this special Canada night. Thank you.
Well done, Remy. At this time now, we'd like to present the George Knutson Teacher of the Year Award. I'm thrilled to announce the recipient of our 5th award of the evening from the Gord Burns Golf School in Ontario Zone. Congratulations to Gord Burns. Gord Burns, yes. Gord Burns' teaching career began in 2004 at Golden Ridge Driving Range, where he honed his skills by teaching over 150 beginner and junior clinics, 50 weeks of junior camps, and approximately 6,000 hours of private lessons for all ages and skill levels from 2004 to 2012. Any of us golf professionals in this room know that's a lot of work and a lot of time and a lot of commitment. His junior development program has helped send over 40 students to NCAA golf programs and Canadian university teams in total. His students have won over 200 events at the local and provincial and national level, and that's over the past 20 years. Innovating and adapting, Gord transformed his two-car garage into a state-of-the-art TrackMan studio in 2020, where he now offers 12-month-a-year programming. So if you have a two-car garage, you can get in the game. In addition to his teaching acumen, Burns was named the 2019 and 2024 PGA of Ontario Player of the Years. Congratulations, Gord.
Thank you. That was nice. Thank you. I'm going to get out my Harvey Penick red book. Sorry. I just don't want to miss anything. This is a great honor. You do things in your life, and when you play golf, there's always a score, and there's always like, okay, you did this. It's validating. When you get acknowledged by your peers, it's special. So I appreciate it. It's a great honor. Sorry about that. George Knudsen. I remember I was living in Panama City Beach 25 years ago, and George Knudsen, Hubert Green, all the Southern pros knew George Knudsen. They were like, oh my God, this guy is the most unbelievable ball striker. He's Ben Hogan. Him and Ben Hogan are the same. Maybe Ben Hogan won more, but George Knudsen was revered down there even. So it's a nice award to win in his honor. Privilege to win it. Sorry. So I asked myself, why did I get chosen for this award? Gord, you play golf, you're a golf professional, you tour, you play tournaments. Why did you get awarded for this? It must be difficult to sift through all the many great teachers that we have in our country. We have dozens and dozens and dozens. I can't even count how many great teachers we have in the association and nominees each year. So I'm like, I don't know. It's not like we have a teaching tournament. You got 10 tournaments. You won 4 out of 10 teaching tournaments. You win. No, we don't have that. So it comes down to your reputation over a long period of time. I suppose I met the criteria, and I appreciate it. I worked hard. I worked hard the last 20 years building a business. I always felt the belief that, okay, my criteria, I'll share it with you. I don't know what the awards committee criteria is, but my criteria for teaching was, okay, you better be good at this or no one's going to want to come to you for lessons. So that was number one. You better be good at it. And everyone thinks they're better at it than you are when you first start out. And then you start realizing, oh my God, like, you're hard to teach. It's like, oh my goodness. And then you start realizing that it's not about you, it's about them. And so you start like sifting through, okay, I better change my criteria. And you can't teach like thinking, okay, this is a means to an end. You have to start thinking, okay, like, I better get this person better and they better enjoy their experience. So you start adding to your list of criteria as to what's going to make you a good teacher. Whether it's content or your communication or whatever it may be, you better grind it out at home and reflect on what you're doing, just like your own golf game. And And if you're not getting better at it like your own golf game, then you're not going to get better as a teacher. So I just kind of tried to take the attitude that teaching is no different than your golf game, only it's not about you, it's about them. And if they're going to pay you money to get better, you better get them better, and you better form a relationship, and you better learn how to communicate, and you better learn how to enjoy it, because this isn't about a means to an end. This is about more, this is a lifestyle and a career choice that you've chosen, and if you don't enjoy it and bring that joy to your student, then the road I felt like would come to an end and you'll be miserable. So you have to find a way to turn it around and go, okay, I need to like wake up every day and know that I have 10 lessons and know that I'm going to be happy at the end of those 10 lessons, and not, oh my God, I have 10 lessons, oh my God, and this 6th, 7th, 8th lessons are very hard to deal with. Well, why don't you turn it around into like, okay, these people, if you can change them and turn them into the grumpy person, into the happy person, then you've like succeeded that day. So I tried to keep that motto where I'm like, okay, well, let's try and make every day better, and try to make everybody better, and try to make it where you're not like dwelling on a certain particular type of personality, and you actually change their life and make them happy and provide them a good experience. So that has been my criteria, and it seems to have worked out pretty well, and into the, you know, where the point where it's successful, and juniors come to me, and now you don't, when you start teaching, you start, oh, maybe I can work with this tour player, blah, blah, blah. No, like you've got to work and get people better at a beginner level, a junior level, this level, and tour players are high maintenance anyway. So anyway, like you have to like enjoy the process of trying to make someone happy and bring it to that person, and then you start building relationships. When you can build relationships, and then when you read books, and you're like, oh, this is like every other successful CEO. This is how it goes. So, okay, well then do that. So, anyways, I'd like to thank, and also I play a little, and Ian Leggett's in the house, and congrats on Ian Leggett's career, and again, like, I look up to that because he's a tour player, and he won on tour, and for me personally, I like to use myself as a lab rat and keep playing, because that's important to me, because you put yourself out there, you gain experience, and I hold tour players in high regard because they work hard, and they work hard to get there, and it's something that I appreciate, and we all try to do well, and we all try to get better, and we all try to win our club championship, we all try to win our women's and men's nights, and we all try to get better. So anyway, that's how I feel like that's an important part of the game, is keep trying to invest in yourself as a teacher to get better and put yourself out there. I'd like to thank a few people. I'd like to thank Titleist for being a good partner, investing trust in me as a coach and my brand, and it's a reciprocal, and I love your equipment. I love what you do for the game, and I appreciate that. And I'd like to thank Meadowbrook Golf Club, one of the best private clubs in Toronto, for allowing me to coach and teach where I do, day in, day out. They see me out there. They're like, what are you doing? You're out there all day. And anyway, I love doing it, and I appreciate it. And Bushwood Golf Club, my assistant coaches work there. They do all the clinics and private lessons out there. I'd like to thank the PGA of Canada for setting the gold standard of golf associations in the world. You guys do a great job of everything you do for providing an avenue for golf professionals to work, to play professionally, to anything, you name it, whether you work in the pro shop or whether you teach at a range. You do a great job of providing that for a lot of golf professionals, and providing a workplace that's safe and great. PGA of Ontario as well. I'd like to thank my wife. She's not here, but I'd like to thank her and my family for putting up with my absence during the summer months and a lot of the winter now, obviously, but you're never there in this industry, are you? Like you pour your heart and soul into it, and suddenly you're at home at 10 o'clock at night and you go to sleep. So to all the spouses out there, you deserve a big round of applause for putting up with the efforts that we do to succeed in this grindy industry that we live in. Thanks for everything. I appreciate it. Thanks to the awards committee. Thank you.
Gord broke the clock. I said you broke the clock, no worries. But you're right, Ian Leggett is high maintenance. For those of you who know him, I don't know if he's here, I can't see. I see a reflection off his head. Sixth award, Ian's a friend, or he was a friend. The Mike Player of the Year Award, Mike Weir, Player of the Year Award, Joueur de l'année. Both Player of the Years are not present tonight. They're probably, I don't know if they're practicing in Florida, but hopefully they're practicing indoors. Excited to announce the 2024 My Player of the Year Award winner is Wes Heffernan from Dynamic Motion Golf Performance Center in the Alberta zone. After finishing as the runner-up in a pair of PGA of Alberta events, Wes Heffernan erased an 8-stroke deficit, firing a final round 62, needing only 29 strokes on the back nine at Redwoods Golf Club in BC to win the PGA of Canada Assistance Championship, presented by Callaway Golf this past September. So congratulations, Wes, on being the Mike Weir Player of the Year.
And to follow up our Player of the Year, Female Player of the Year, the Brooke Henderson Award. And again, unfortunately, Casey is not able to be with us tonight. But the Brooke Henderson Female Player of the Year, congratulations to our 2024 recipient, which is Casey McNeil from the Timberwolf Golf Academy in the Ontario zone. Casey firing a 270 during the opening round of the Aurora PGA Women's Championship of Canada. And I had the opportunity to actually be out there and watch a lot of this golf, so it was fabulous. What a great player, what a great ambassador, what a great leader in the game and player in our female market. So Casey went on to win Low PGA of Canada Professional Honors in the event in July. Casey's not able to be with us tonight, but we will accept the Brooke Henderson Award for her and ensure that that gets on her way. So let's give Casey a big round of applause.
It's now time for the Jack McLaughlin Junior Leader of the Year Award. This year's recipient, from Golf Future in the Alberta zone, Matt Seifert. Four years ago, Matt rented an RV, filled it with teaching tools and golf gear, and hit the road with the goal of visiting 200 small-town clubs that don't employ PGA of Canada professional, offering free junior lessons and clinics. He called it the Grow the Game Tour. Just this past year, the tour led to Seifert teaching 400 kids, bringing his total up to 1,200 junior golfers over the past 4 years. Congratulations, Matt.
Hello, everybody. I'm also not a great public speaker. Great to see so many industry professionals in the room, many who I've looked up to in the PGA of Alberta for many years. I'd like to congratulate, obviously, the Hall of Fame inductees. I'd like to congratulate all the other nominees and winners and finalists. I think, winning these awards is obviously, it means a lot, but it takes the PGA and an association to keep building and growing the game every day. So I just want to congratulate everybody in this room. We're all work together to build success, and hence the Grow the Game Tour. I'd like to thank ECCO and Cabot for being the presenting sponsors this evening. I'd like to thank the PGA of Canada, the awards committee, the office staff, Scott Kolb and Tiffany Gordon, who I know quite well. The PGA of Alberta office staff who have been just so supportive from the time I was a young apprentice getting into the business. It's been great. I know we have a few here tonight, Michelle and Robert, so thank you. Thank you to my fellow pros, peers, and friends back home. Again, as a young kid, golf was not for me. I thought it was probably the worst sport on the planet. Grandma and Grandpa really kept trying to get me into it, and I just wasn't buying into it. He forced me to sit down on a Sunday in 1997 and watch a tournament called the Masters. Well, when Tiger finished putting out on 18, that's what I was going to do for the rest of my life. So just amazing how much that impact can have on the game. To our team at Golf Fanatics, our director of golf, Todd, Greg, a good friend of mine, Jamie Reimer, who's in the room, who I actually grew up playing junior golf with, and we work together now. So, you know, to grow up playing and become PGA members means a lot. I'm grateful and honored to be here. Again, congrats to all the other junior leaders doing what we can do to grow the game. Thanks to the PGA professionals that I've worked with. I grew up in Calgary, and my parents decided we were going to move to a small town of 500 people. So right as I was beginning to play the game of golf, I kind of lost every resource possible that I had in the big city, and it was me in a farm field and a bucket of balls. And I spent 3 years there just trying to hone my skills, trying to become Tiger Woods like a lot of us did. And there really wasn't a lot of resources there for me. Fast forward 20 years, I've had the privilege now, I work with the Tiger Woods or volunteer with the Tiger Woods Foundation, and I had the chance to meet him a couple years ago. 2 minutes of my life, that was fantastic. So again, to my parents, thank you to Tiger. To my parents who sacrificed so much, they were also not golfers, so to take that time to drive me to all the small town tournaments across Alberta, Western Canada, thank you very much, Mom and Dad. My dad got diagnosed with cancer about 4 or 5 years ago now, and that was kind of what spurred on this idea. I left my job at the fantastic private club at the Earl Grey Golf Club, and I was going to kind of get into the teaching side of it, decide what I wanted to do. When Dad got his diagnosis, we'd always wanted to travel together. So we rented the RV, we got the trailer, and I said, we're going to go to every small town golf club that we hit along the road, and we're just going to teach golf and throw some clinics. 4 years later, as you heard the numbers, it's now a full-time thing or getting there, and yeah, we're looking forward to next year to even expanding a little bit further. Rented an RV, got the trailer, hit the road. We put on about 6,000 kilometers in total. As you heard, taught over 1,200 kids. It means the absolute world to me to be recognized for my dedication to golf. I mean, grade 9 and grade 12 yearbook said I wanted to be a golf professional. So to sit here in this room, it's not cliche. This is an absolute dream come true. So it means the world. Again, want to thank the PGA of Canada and everybody here tonight for being here, recognizing the winners, and have a great rest of your warm week in Florida. Thank you very much. Also, thank to Jack McLaughlin and his family as well. Thank you.
Well done, Matt, and congratulations. I still do remember that day Matt came and sat at a table at Carmody Golf Club in our lounge and talked to Bryce and myself about his dream. And to see this many years later that it's become a reality, and he's made a huge impact in Alberta and the world of golf. So, Matt, congratulations. At this time, we're going to have our third Hall of Fame inductee. PGA of Canada is very pleased to induct Bill Kerr Sr. into the Hall of Fame. At this time, I'm going to introduce my good sidekick, Remy Bouchard, to continue a list of what Mr. Kerr Sr. has done for us. Remy?
Thank you, Tiff. I'll just read the accomplishments of Mr. Kerr. Born in Lisburn, Ireland on January 14th, 1911, Bill Kerr immigrated to Toronto in September of that same year, where he remained until 1947, where he became a professional at the Beaconsfield Golf Club, an appointment which would last for 28 years. During his career as a player, Bill won the PGA Championship of Canada and finished 3rd and 5th in the Canadian Open. En plus, Bill Kerr a été président de la PGA du Québec, and he was as well president of the PGA of Canada from 1955 until 1958. Bill Kerr, who passed away in January 1997 at the age of 86, left a great mark on the game in Canada. His sons Robbie and Bill Jr. have respectively been president of the Beaconsfield Golf Club and president of the Montreal District of the Quebec Golf Association, continuing Bill's legacy. So congratulations, Bill Kerr Sr. being inducted into the PGA of Canada Hall of Fame.
Thank you, Remy. At this time, I'd like to present the Warren Crosby Community Leader of the Year Award. Mr. Crosby has and continues to be an amazing leader in our PGA of Canada Association. I still have the privilege of working with him on different and various boards, but Warren has been an amazing leader for the PGA of Canada and what he does for this Community Leadership Award. So I'm happy to announce this year's recipient of the Warren Crosby Community Leader of the Award is from Golf Canada in the Ontario zone, Amaya Athill. Amaya founded a group in 2023 called Black Women Golfers that aims to create a space for Black women to connect, learn, play, and golf. Through this group, she hosts introductions into golf clinics, range, meetups, and around the Greater Toronto Area. Her work has had a profound and far-reaching impact on her community, particularly by increasing access to golf for historically underrepresented groups and individuals from diverse backgrounds. Her unwavering commitment to creating lasting, meaningful change in the golf community, particularly for unrepresented and marginalized groups, makes her a deserving recipient of the Warren Crosby Community Leader of the Year Award. I can't say enough of this lovely lady, and I'd like to all raise a big round of applause for the Warren Crosby Community Leader of the Award. Congratulations. Don't cry. Just get up there.
Thank you. I've been told I'm not allowed to cry. I'm so honored to be standing here this evening. You have no idea. So for those of you who might not know, I'm originally from Antigua. Antigua is a very small island in the Caribbean. And my parents are also from Antigua. They never really had the chance to go to university. So when I, their only daughter, became a lawyer, it was a dream come true. But then when I, their only daughter, told them I was leaving law to pursue a career in golf, well, wasn't exactly the plan that they had in mind. My dad introduced me to golf at the age of 5. I grew up playing golf in Antigua and throughout the wider Caribbean. I'm really proud tonight, actually, to have a friend of mine, Helene Joseph, who's an LPGA pro. We grew up playing together in Antigua, and she's here this evening. So when I started playing golf again in the UK, I'd taken a break, and when I started playing golf again in the UK and then in Canada, I didn't feel a sense of belonging like I did in the Caribbean. In the Caribbean, everybody looked like us. We felt like we had a sense of, this sport is for us. Not so much when I left. I didn't see other people like me, and that moment of second-guessing the only sport I've known, I don't play soccer, a bit too short for things like basketball, but golf was my sport. So me second-guessing my belonging in the sport was something that sparked a passion in me to change the industry. So now I get to live out my passion for creating community and opportunities for racialized communities to access the sport, both through my work at First Tee Ontario with Golf Canada and also through my work with Black women golfers. And I get to do this thanks to a whole tribe of people that I have to thank tonight. So firstly, to the Black women golfers team, to the OGs that I met in Canada originally that started the group with me, and our committee, thank you for buying in, for showing up, for making our experiences together so much fun, and creating this space for community together. To my dad, for having the foresight to introduce me to golf at the age of 5, and seeing its value, but not exactly seeing how important a role it would play in my life. I stand here today and I can't believe it myself. To my mom for her unwavering support in all ways. She never wanted to pick up a club, but we're going to change that. I still have hope. To my husband, Jonathan, for your understanding and supporting my passions no matter where in the world they've led us. I have made this man move from Antigua to the UK to here. I think we're staying here, though. I think we're settled. To Bobby Jones and Richard Goulet, to Cedar Valley Golf Course, to the Antigua and Barbuda Golf Association, for giving me a foundation of access to golf and what community really looks like in the sport. To Adam Hunter, you know, so often who you know in this world dictates the opportunities you're able to get, especially in a small industry like golf. Adam, you chose to bet on a complete stranger. So thank you for the opportunity to work with you and the team at Golf Canada. I told you that was the part I was going to cry. To First Tee and the Golf Canada team, thank you for being open to having the difficult but necessary conversations that make our work so impactful and meaningful. Without that, it would not be what it is today. To the Score Golf team, I get to write for your magazine and you give me the freedom to do and write about anything I'm passionate about. So Jason Logan and Paul Bodak, thank you for that freedom and support. To the PGA of Canada and the PGA of Ontario, thank you for this wonderful recognition. I am honored. To Warren Crosby, who gave me such a kind call the other day, thank you for your immense impact on the industry, such that someone like me can be recognized for the work that I feel honored and privileged to do in our community. And to my fellow awardees, congratulations. I am so honored to be part of this industry, to be part of this association, and to be awarded amongst you. Thank you.
Thank you. We've got 3 awards left, so it's pretty long, but we're doing really well. So the bars will reopen as soon as we give the last award. So this is the Dick Munn Executive Professional of the Year. It's an honor and a privilege for me to present this to this next person, a real pros pro, the winner from Cape Breton, Cabot, Cape Breton in the Atlantic Zone, Mr. Ted Stonehouse. Ted's tenure as Director of Golf at Cabot, Cape Breton over the past 9 years has been one of distinction and continuous impact. Since joining the world-renowned resort, Ted has been instrumental in fostering growth and excellence across the board, particularly through his dedication to developing future PGA of Canada leaders. Under his leadership, the resort has thrived both in operations and in mentorship of aspiring golf professionals, turf experts, and retail managers. Ted has demonstrated strong leadership and strategic insight, contributing to the ongoing evolution and expansion of the Cabot global properties. Congratulations, the winner, Ted Stonehouse.
Thank you, Remy and Tiffany, so much. Wow, this has been just an amazing ride since we kind of found out what took place, and incredible honor to be part of the awards, and certainly with the Dick Munn Executive Professional of the Year. Just tickled to be even added to this award with the name of Dick Munn, who's been such an incredible mentor for so many. And just really, really honored. Received so many gracious notes from friends, colleagues around the country. One of the things that one friend shared with me, he said, "Wow, what a star-studded group that you're in." And then, sure enough, my name showed up as the winner, and I just couldn't believe it. So, congratulations to Adam, Curtis, Paul, former President Gord, McLaren, Greg, and a special shout out to Scott Dixon. What a job you did with the President's Cup this year. Had the pleasure of experiencing it, and what you folks did and your membership did for that event really put a nice asterisk beside golf in Canada, so well done. To all the other award winners, congratulations. Again, what you're doing is helping us raise the bar across this country, and to be even nominated in your zone, let alone win your zone, is a great accomplishment for what you're doing. Want to say a special quick thank you to the awards committee. I can only imagine 12 awards, however many nominees were in each one that you had to read through and go through. Certainly no easy task, and it's certainly appreciated. To the PGA of Canada, thank you so much for allowing us to do what we love, and we appreciate it. My beautiful wife, Patty, we were married 30 years ago this past summer, and it's been an incredible ride. She was sharing with me, and I certainly look in this room, and we all work, it's been said before, too many hours. It's really hard not to when you do something that you're just wildly passionate about. I think we're all in the room for the same reason, and we often, and she very boldly and correctly reminded me that I need to take vacation, I need to take time off, not for me, but for her. And that is so true. I love you so much, and thank you for being by my side all this time. It certainly couldn't be easy pretty much raising our 2 children while I was at work all the time. So thank you, I love you. And just a couple other quick shout outs. Ben Cowan-Dewar, aren't we all lucky he's had the vision that he's had? I've been absolutely blessed to be on this ride with him. Just an absolute terrific gentleman. Walked into his office for the first time. The biggest sign I've seen in anybody's office, and it just simply said, work hard and be nice to people. And he lives and breathes that every single day. In the office, 5:30, I'm sure, every day, and works, but he's home on the weekends with his family, and you just saw he gave us a big hug. He's just a special guy to be a part of, and we just are very fortunate. What he's created today, we're just so thankful to be a small part of it, and it's not stopping. He's got some big plans coming down the line, which are really, really exciting. So, fun times. To this Cabot family, Cabot Cape Breton specifically, thank you for all you do. This award isn't for me, it's for everything that you folks make happen and make what Cabot is today. Really appreciate all of you. Mike, so proud of you, doing what you're doing at Citrus Farms. It's fun to watch you grow and do that, and we just hope we get to see more. Kendall, treat to work beside you, learn from you, keep me on my toes. That's something that you're so good at, and it's a treat. To the Atlantic Zone and the winners of the Atlantic Zone especially, we're just a little tiny zone, but under some great leadership over the last number of years, we've come a long way. Lyndon and now Kevin, thanks for pushing us along, and again, to the PGA of Canada, thanks so much for this wonderful award.
Congratulations, Ted. And I know that anyone's experienced any of the Cabot properties, second to none. And I know even our team, we take a customer service clinic every time we go there. So it's truth positive that we love what we do, and we love being in the middle of everything that we do. So Ted, thanks for being that leader for us. Pat Fletcher Retailer of the Year Award. And I'm really excited to announce this winner coming from my own home zone, from the Banff Springs Golf Club in the Alberta zone. These guys this team does an amazing job in Banff, and we're very proud of the property. We're very proud of what they do in Alberta, but Andrew Szewczuk and his entire team, with a focus on the guest experience, well-trained, passionate staff, Banff Springs Golf Club managed to beat retail sales expectations by over 20% in 2024. That's unbelievable. Through Andrew's leadership, the entire shop committed to showing a genuine care for the guests, that walk through the doors and fostering genuine human connections, something that we do every day and need to continue to do, so don't ever lose sight of that, and Andrew's done a great job of that with his team. He empowered the Banff Springs staff to make decisions on their own, led them to lead on regarding merchandise displays as well as social media content used to generate sales. We're fortunate in Alberta to get a good look at this property and to be close to the mountains and see what Andrew does. So congratulations, Andrew, on the Pat Fletcher Retailer of the Year.
Thank you, everybody. I just want to take a moment to let the PGA of Canada know how honored I am to be the PGA Retailer of the Year for 2024. Growing up, knowing who Pat Fletcher was and his career out west and then back east, and everything we did with his line, I'm very fortunate to be on that award. Thank you to the National Zone. You know, Alberta does a great job. I think leads the way in certain areas, leading the zone and making sure Robert and your team, thank you for everything you do. Fairmont family, there's a whole bunch of people from Fairmont all across the world here supporting me today. Thank you very much, led by Justin Wood. Banff team, thank you very much. Without the team, there wouldn't be this award. You can plan all you want, but if your team doesn't have your back and your team's not in it and your team doesn't, there's not enough good culture, good people running, you're not going to go too far. Lastly, you know, Steve, I guess you've been with me for the last 10 plus years, gave me my first chance as a head professional. I'll always remember what you do for me, so thank you there. And then Sebastian and Kaylee, my son and my wife, thank you very much.
The final award of the evening, which is the Murray Tucker Golf Professional of the Year. In addition to the award, Cabot has graciously awarded the winner of this award a trip to either Cabot, Cape Breton, or Cabot Citrus Farms. So thank you to Cabot and Ben Cowan-Dewar and the Cabot team. Ted, I was told you, on top of your prize, you win a couple rounds at Cabot Citrus if you probably don't have time, but. So really proud to announce this year's winner. Consider him a friend from Royal Montreal Golf Club in the Quebec zone on his way to the Alberta zone, Mr. Dennis Firth. At the heart of Dennis's leadership philosophy is the belief that success comes from the development of a strong team. For Dennis, the strength of an operation lies in the people behind it, fostering an environment where team members feel respected and challenged to grow. Au cours des dernières années, j'ai eu la chance de côtoyer Dennis comme club voisin à Laval-sur-le-Lac. Son respect et sa gentillesse envers ses confrères et consoeurs professionnels de la PGA est un exemple à suivre pour nous tous. Empowering his staff of 60 at Royal Montreal Golf Club, including 8 PGA of Canada professionals, Dennis' 2024 season was highlighted by successfully hosting the President's Cup 1 year after the club's 150th anniversary. Félicitations, Dennis. Congratulations.
Thanks, Remy. And there is a shot clock here, but can you turn it off? But I won't be that long, I promise. To keep a room full of Canadians away from the bar any longer. Originally, if anybody went to the President's Cup or the Thursday, you remember Mackenzie Hughes did a shotgun of a beer. Somebody mentioned I should do that. I'm going to keep it classy here. So, bonjour à tous. C'est un véritable honneur d'être reconnu comme le récipiendaire du prix Murray Tucker du professionnel de l'année du club 2024 et de représenter l'extraordinaire groupe de professionnels de la PGA du Québec. Depuis le 1er juillet, Vous m'avez accueilli en tant que collègue et j'ai tellement appris de tout grand professionnel à travers la Provence. Merci pour votre soutien et surtout pour votre amitié. Thank you to all my friends and colleagues in the PGA of Quebec. It's been a pleasure for the last 5 years. As we all know, it takes a loyal and dedicated team to make what we call in this room the Canadian golf season come together. I'm incredibly proud of the team at Royal Montreal, what they curated especially the last 2 seasons there. Watching them deliver a best-in-class product, 60,000 rounds of golf, celebrating our 150th anniversary. Last year, the President's Cup in 2024. These are memories that I'll cherish for a lifetime. I play a very small part in that role. They're on the front lines every day. So shout out to Kyle, AJ, Steve, Nick, Andrew, William, Terry, Garrett, Gary, Garrett, Lisa. Your commitment to the operation and member commitment is unmatched, and I thank you so much. It's an incredible team. It's a large team, but you guys grind it every day. So there's a few people here and at home, so thank you for that. Scott Dixon, our general manager and secretary. 5 years ago, I owe you a huge thank you for the opportunity as you move into the general manager and secretary role. The trust he placed in me to build on the foundation that he had placed in such an incredible golf club means the world to me, and I'll forever be grateful for that option. Of course, this recognition wouldn't be possible without the great loyalty and support of the wonderful members at the Royal Montreal Golf Club. They're some of the most golf-educated and passionate golf members I've ever worked alongside. As we know, this past September was an incredible experience for all of us. They donated their time. There was almost 1,000 volunteers from the members themselves. They served as stewards of the game, hosted an incredible President's Cup, and made everybody in this room proud of golf in Canada. So thank you for the privilege to serve as your head golf professional for the last 5 years. It's been a great run. To our suppliers, partners, sales representatives, friends, thank you for investing in the success of the entire team at Royal Montreal. To my dear friends, Ted, Mike, Matt, Hyman, Bobby, Mark, Stephen, Stacy, TJ, and so many others, I'm so appreciative of your support, your loyalty, your dedication along the numerous years of our business. Thank you for always taking my calls, all of them. To everybody's friend in the room, Mr. Peter Broom, we all love you. We think about you every day. We appreciate everything you've done for us in the golf game. I love you. Great to see you, my friend. Thank you. To the incredible team at the PGA of Canada National Office, along with our provincial zones, and on behalf of all the PGA Canada members in the room and the 4,000 members from coast to coast, thank you for making us feel included, informed, and better golf professionals. I'd like to recognize my fellow nominees, truly inspiring golf professionals and operators. You're all proven leaders in our industry. Your unwavering dedication and commitment does not go unnoticed, and thank you for continually raising the bar. Congratulations to all the award winners this evening. This is a moment to commemorate and celebrate your incredible accomplishments. To the Hall of Fame inductees, thank you for your invaluable contributions to the game of golf in Canada. You've impacted so many of us and paved the way for the next generation. And as an industry, we benefit from sharing the best practices and working together, so thank you for leading us forward. Finally, a special thanks to my family and my team at home. My wife, Sarah, is nothing short of incredible. She not only understands the crazy hours we put in as professionals, but she challenges me to be a better father and a better husband every day. Unfortunately, along with my son, Ben, they couldn't be here this evening. She's volunteered to pack for our upcoming move to Calgary. So I love her, and I thank her for all her support, and I can't wait to start the next adventure out west. This award is especially meaningful given its history and significance. I don't know if anybody, many of the people in the room know that Mr. Murray Tucker was our first master golf professional in Canada. He's done so much for the game of golf in Canada. His legacy, both on and off the golf course, emphasizes the importance of fostering a positive workplace culture, continuing education, mentoring the next generation, and giving back to the association. His work has solidified the future of golf across the country and continues to be the gold standard we strive for. In closing, and yes, I can see the bar getting ready to open, I want to challenge everybody in the room here to follow Mr. Tucker's legacy, to do what Mr. Peter Broom would do, and use the opportunity to make this great game of ours better than you found it. Once again, on behalf of my fellow professional staff, thank you for this prestigious recognition. I wish each of you the best of health and prosperity in 2025 and beyond. Merci beaucoup et bonsoir too. Thank you very much.
So we couldn't end on a better note. Congrats, Dennis, and thank you to everybody for your attention. You guys did really well. Merci à tous. And thank you to Cabot and ECCO for being great supporters of this event. And have a good rest of the show. And Tiff will say the final word.
I get the final word?
Yes, ma'am.
That's weird. Anyways, thank you very much, everyone, to Kevin Thistle, our CEO, and his entire team. Thank you for all that you do to ensure that our board is successful. To Scott Kolb, our president, on behalf of the entire board of directors, thank you for joining us tonight. And thank you so much for allowing Frick and Frack to be your hosts for the evening. So thank you for that. To all the zone leaders, zone boards, EDs in the room, thank you for all that you do to make the PGA successful. Ladies and gentlemen, have a great rest of your show. Have a successful year, and we can't wait to see you again next year. Thanks for joining us for Canada Night. Be safe. Travel safe. Thank you for all that you do. Good night.